They said the God himself can't ship that sea. Ship can't sing the ship. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. There was once a ship built so big that she went for a journey. That was her first journey ever after she was 8. It was 100 years exactly from now. On April 10th, 1912, she left Southampton, England to New York, where there were 2,200 people in the ship, and only to know that 700 people will only return. Rest, 1,500 people that night will end their life and they will perish in the ocean, in the Atlantic Ocean. As that ship of dreams, as everyone was saying, she was about to leave. All the people around were saying goodbye, but they didn't know this might be their final goodbye. As that ship is in the sea, you have to imagine it's a paradise in the earth. She was the biggest man-made vessel ever made in the earth. 50,000 tons, 15-story. All the luxury you can ever imagine it was there in that ship. But beyond all that luxury, every human being in that ship had a dream. That ship was a dream journey. They're going to see Statue of Liberty. They were waiting for the time when they can see the hint of Statue of Liberty in front of them, which will end a journey which they completed and beginning of another. Titanic was going in a speed of 22 knots per hour, which means her maximum speed is 24. That means she is in the maximum stretch. Just imagine like you have a car which is 150 miles per hour and you are going on 140 miles per hour. So they pushed her engine so much that she is having a full flow in that time. But when Anderson, who was a guard, saw the iceberg in front of the ship, he called for an attention and he said to the bridge officer that we have an iceberg, we need to stop the ship. But they couldn't. And when he hit the iceberg, they tried to push a little bit, but her compartment got affected. And slowly, water started filling that ship. First compartment, second compartment, fourth. The moment it touched the fifth compartment, the captain and the crew knows the inevitable must happen. This ship will sink. Titanic cannot afford to have her compartment 5 or more to be under the water. If that happens, this can't go forward. So now there is a problem. We don't have enough lifeboats. The lifeboats in the ship can only afford or half the passengers leave the crew. So now the situation becomes who is going to be there, who is going to be saved. After 2 hours after that happened, she met with that great disaster. She inside, cutting it into 2 exact half. And those people who are around, they couldn't save themselves. They couldn't see that dream come true. Either they have to see their kid and family going down or have the entire family go into it. There are some stories about which I read with sadness. It's about one family. They were 6 kids and the youngest was 9 months. And in that tragedy, all the 6 gone, including the family. Nobody came out. Then there was about Jenny, a story. She was 6 months old and at the end, only she was able to come out. Her family was gone. Now, we need to think, when I see what happened that time, the last driver of Titanic died in 2008 when she was 97 years old. So right now, we don't have anyone who has experienced that, who has went through that life of seeing the decision making of who has to go in. And today is April 15th, exactly 100 days before, 100 years back, the ship sank. I wrote a poem yesterday as a remembrance of what happened. I will dedicate to the people who passed on that time. But that ship was a symbol of things too. That ship said, even God can't sink this ship. The powerful, mighty ship made with all the luxury is now deep under the ocean, 0.5 miles, sitting in the sea floor, being eaten bacteria. That night, 1,500 people lost their life. And there were times when husband and wife decided that they end their life together holding their hands than go separate. Than one end his life in the ocean and the lady go and live a life. Then there was a moment when husband said that you carry on with our generation, I'll be with you. There were times when the kids were put to sleep and said, you will be fine when you wake up. Yet the mothers, there won't be any more wake up for that person. So as I remember, as we all look at them, let's take a moment to night and agony of all those went through. And I want to dedicate this poem which I wrote yesterday. As they entered the deck of Titanic with a dream to cross the Atlantic, those standing by said goodbye. They never knew it was their final bye. I hear the agony of that night that took down 1,500 overnight. She stood once so strong and true, and now she lie under the ocean blue. The ship that went down that night, never to see Monday's morning light. Titanic, you are to me a princess with a bridal gown. My prayers with you and to all those who went down, Mr. Toastmaster.